Dear sweet Texas. 101 on the horse's rump. 128 on the 132 on the sand. 134, 135 on the brick. All right. Well, this is Steve. I'm back on the farm after the excitement of the fire, and last I checked it was 90% contained. They bulldozed a perimeter around it and probably going to let it burn out and monitor it. So I got one more night booked because again I'll wait for it to be 0%. You just saw that this the ground out there is 134 130, and it's late in the evening. It's like 7 o'clock right now, so it should be cooling off. And inside here, I'm 101. So back to the farm. I'm playing catch up, right, to figure out where I am. So you'll see that there's 3 sections to this part of the office. So each divided by a post. So this section is ready for final coat. And the plaster's on the way. It should be here about a week maybe or so. And this section has the second coat on. I need to finish it up. Ceilings, it needs sanding. And this one will be where my mini split will go. So it'll have a hole cut through the container as well. I'll make a wooden backdrop, probably marine grade plywood. So that's why this is unfinished, this part here. It will be a door into a great hall. And I mentioned, for those just joining, I mentioned before that, I'm trying to build a 1,000-year home. So, I find things that have stood the test of time. So, buying old things. And this just has the first skim coat on it. So this little section has just this first skim coat on it. And this is the sliding glass wall that I use to separate the bathroom from the office. And I'm ready to hopefully start, putting the last couple of pieces I have of drywall in this area. And that'll get me heading towards the master bedroom. So, listen, it's been slow going. Fires and vacations and the heat. The way I work this, I don't have a swamp cooler in here. So I come in 15-20 minutes, I do a task, and then I go retreat into the AC and drop it down. I am feeling the fatigue on me, even with during the fire I was busy running out. I was out there just like everybody else. I'm feeling the heat, and so this is July. I've still got August, September, October. At least August and September are super hot, if not more. And the drought, no end in sight to the drought, and it is getting darn dry, which makes it harder to take care of Hank and whatnot. So let's see how far I can get. So 3 sections. So what I'll probably do is work each section and then take a break, each section, take a break, each section. What I want to do is be done by the time the Venetian plaster arrives from Italy, so that I can plaster this part of the office, which would allow me to run electric, which would allow me to put a mini split in there. It's well insulated, so this is no longer a hot box. It's just whatever the ambient temperature is. But once I got a mini split in there, I believe I could keep this at a livable, workable temperature, except I'm going to be opening those big doors, bringing things in and out. So that's where I'm at. A solo builder, off-grid, in a drought, in superheat, fighting fires and building all at once. You only could put so much living in at a time. But this behind me is looking pretty darn good, even on the videos, even without the paint. The Venetian plaster that I put there, I bought it, I guess too dark when I looked at it, because the luminosity of the computer screen made it look brighter, lighter. So I've ordered that a shade or 2 down. I could mix it up, do some things with it. I might make that whole wall though. That's called dusk blue. It's kind of a gray, teal gray. I'm digging it, but we'll see what I'm going to do. I might also just plaster that underneath both windows as kind of a, I don't know, a cooling effect for the light that's streaming in, so that your light eyes have a place to rest. I've got Desert Rose coming in, which is a very light shade, pink. I'm just fine with that, but it's called Desert Rose. And the reason being is out here there's such a thing, Texas red dirt. And so a standard color of the dirt out here is red. So I thought, building organic, making it look like the environment in which I'm in, I thought a little hint of Desert Rose would be good. I went and downloaded the satellite image of the colors of the soils that are in Texas, and I built from there. So the seafoam green that I have is an actual real level green from the from the mesquite trees in the spring. So I color matched everything inside this house. I figure God Almighty knows how to harmonize colors. He's probably the best designer there is. So I just adopted that. And what other color? Oh, I've got a something that's what looks like an eggshell white, but I don't know because of the luminosity of the screen. We'll see when it comes in. It wasn't bright white, and it wasn't, a true, genuine faded white. They're calling it diamond white, which to me would feel bright, but some diamonds have a little tint of beige or yellow in them, so I'm hoping that it has a little tint in it. Oh, one last thing I forgot before I get working, and this is just fun to me. While I was gone, a bunch of packages showed up. So let's see what I've got in the way of packages. And unboxing, a mystery unboxing, but they should be related to doing this drywall. So we'll take a look. All right. Yep, triple aught grit steel wool. I'll use that on the mud when I'm done. I'm not even afraid to dip that in water and kind of wet sand with it personally. So I have sponges, and then I use the triple aught grit. So that's a good thing. That is for the plaster. What else is in this bag? Sandpaper pads for the, I've told, you've been watching, I don't think these fit. Nope, they're just a smidgen short, but that'll be all right. So this is an old Porter cable vibration sander that I bought at a garage sale. An old dude was selling it. Listen, it's every bit of 20 pounds. So I bought. I don't think they'll even fit. I'm gonna have to use those as sanding block. And then just buy the 8.5 by 11. So I'll be buying more sandpaper. Such that it works. That's a difference, right, between old stuff and new stuff. You saw that's at least a 1/2 inch short on each end, and things have changed. Oh yeah, look, my 5-in-1s. Listen, I have these around here, and I keep losing them. So I bought an expensive one, and then I bought 2 cheap ones. This is to knock the plaster off and pry the plaster off around the joints. Let me rotate here. This is first layer. See that? How there's along the cracks you could see that I've got layers of mud built up on that. So I'll cut it with that, and then I'll come back in and pry it off. So these are super handy. And again, I have several of them. All right, so I bought some that were 2 for $5 or something like that. These weren't much of anything. Then I bought a couple of good ones, and I'm not going to keep good track of my tools, and I don't deserve good ones. And I'll tell you, that is the truth for me. I have learned a long time ago that I am very hard on tools. And so I know, like Harbor Freight's not, what's the best? What'll last the longest? Snap-on, blah, blah, blah. Nothing lasts the longest with me, so I don't spend the money on super expensive tools. I spend the money on replacement tools when they begin to get lost, missing, whatnot. So let me see here. See if this will get in there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Great. 5-in-1 scrapers. Perfect. What else? This is fun. Maybe this will just be one video, and then I'll do another one of me actually doing work. This feels like weird stuff. No, it's not weird stuff. I know what these are. These are burnishing trowels for the mud, and I bought them so that they have a little paint. So once I get the Italian plaster in, these are what I'll be using, and they're a little stiffer so that you can burnish a little bit. And you know, these are not Italian. Looky there. You can see what I can see. I will order one good burnishing trowel. How about that? I'll keep these and then I'll order one good burnishing trowel. Yeah, see, I used all of my tape before. This is a big long roll and it wasn't very much, so, and I bought a name brand. So, but they did have blue ones that were mold resistant. I couldn't find those, but I was going to do the mold resistant one. Just, you know, out of a myriad of being safe. So, I've always liked these. This is a tri-corner scraper. Everybody needs one of these. And this one comes with some additional, and I've got one of these around here too, and I've lost it. It's tough when you move and you put all your stuff in storage. Finding all your stuff is difficult. So it's got 3 blades, if you see. It's got a tri-corner blade right there. It's got one for molding, and then one that has a little round bottom on it. So what I'll do is I'll put the tri-corner blade on it. Walk back over there and scrape a little bit. Well, you know, look at, because I got the post, maybe I'll do the one that looks like a wolf head, right? Let's put that one on for a little bit. See if that gives me some, a different way of handling the corners of these logs, which I've done a pretty good cleaning those up already. So this particular one just goes right on. It's got a square shoulder, and then the blades have a square punch on them. So that's just finger tight. I'll tighten it in just a minute. Let's walk over here. All right. Like I couldn't reach that spot earlier. All right, but that's going to be a wonderful tool. What else is in this bag? Well, and lastly, 3 different grades of brushes. I deliberately bought it. One with steel, one with copper, one with nylon, and that way I can go up and down the hardness scale. I can go up and down the hardness scale as I do that. All these new tools. All right. So it looked like that. You know, that's a pretty rough bit of overage, and now it looks like that. And you know, that's why I don't bother with tape. Honestly, I'm doing a demonstration here, and in the thing of doing the demonstration, all right, so we'll do one together. I'll do one together. It's got all schlocked up there. Let me grab the tricorder. Let's see that one. Let's see, and I'm doing it one-handed, so we don't know. I mean, it might even be better without the one-handedness. I chipped too much out right there. I'm going to have to go back in. That. Or underneath it. I can't even see underneath very well. Somebody will be laying there one day and they'll look up and they'll go, oh, somebody missed a lot. Well, that looks already better. Alright, so there we go. Step 1. Let me grab that wire brush. And see, if you've been watching, you'll see that I said I never tape. And I don't tape. See, there's a little overage right there. I mean, oh God. So, and that's just how, and then look, I've got a line there, see? It's a better line than I would if I taped, because tape will get stuck in the mud or the tape paint, and then it'll become part and you'll have to cut it out. Then you have little blue flecks all over. Nobody wants those. These brushes have this little corner piece where I can get into the corner. Pretty happy. Just a matter of minutes while talking on a phone, camera, and in the heat. Took care of that. All right. Well, I think that this is probably perfect time for me to go wash my hands up, go sit in the air. Probably I've been here 15-20 minutes, just yawn. So, I'll go do that, and then I'll come back in and do the second coat and the second coat on that area, and sand this area and get it ready for the final coat, and put the final coat on that if it needs it. Well, what I'll probably do is I'll clean up these corners, get those all cleaned up. That's probably what I'll do. So those who've been watching for a while, I do play a little music here or there, but I'm not very trendy. This really truly is a journal using so that I can record my own thoughts, my own progress. I try to do one job a day, every day on this thing, and that's not enough to get it done. It has to be more, but with heat, and I work a full-time job, and I still want to get done this year, and I might if I catch some breaks in the weather in the fall, maybe. But so I try to do one big job a day. I record it. So I call these my journals, my personal journals. Sometimes they're educational. Sometimes they're just what's going on here. But if you're building a handcrafted, hand-cut post house out of, you're into 1,000 years, your design is designed to be 1,000 years, then I might be your kind of bread and butter. You might want to stop by more often. So like and subscribe and follow me along. Appreciate it much. Bye.